Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Ham Network. Anton here bringing you a morning headlines. Hope you are well. Hope you've had time to get over the weekend's result. But, no rest for the wicked because we're linked to every single player again, and their auntie and their uncle and their cousin and their gran and their granddad. But we have a big game coming up, don't we? We're here bringing you some of the stories, and there's plenty of headlines. So this is just going to get you going for this morning. So I may as well get cracking on the first cheeky story of today. Now, that is the fact that West Ham and Everton are both interested in recruiting the services of Stade de Reims striker Adama Bojang. That's according to many journalists out there in the mainstream media. Now, we do know West Ham have brought in Callum Wilson to the London Stadium this summer, and several players that West Ham have been linked to in terms of the striker market have gone elsewhere. But not just West Ham, but Everton are paying a keen interest on bolstering their attacking options by looking at the 21-year-old Gambian on their radar. Now, Bojang, who was on loan at Grasshopper Zurich last season, is expected to cost really low value money, approximately £5 million, maybe a little bit more than that. And a move to either West Ham or Everton would probably appeal because it's the Premier League and everyone wants to come to the Premier League, and his services have been touted as being a huge potential future renowned player. Now, a football agent well known in the African market is Sasha Mpachar. He was the agent that was responsible for Mo Salah, but he believes that the Gambian has the potential to sign in the English top flight to become one of the best in the world. He goes on and he says, Adama is the best African player I've seen in the last 10 years. He can become one of the greatest African strikers. He's in the same league as Drogba, Eto'o, Salah and Osimhen. So big, bold statements coming from the agent. But again, we have to take that with a pinch of salt because we are aware of the agent's stories and how they are spinning the story their way. Bojang has been on the radar of Premier League clubs since around about 2023 after impressing at the Under-20 World Cup that year. Rumours were saying that Man United, Man City, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, Newcastle, Tottenham, Wolves, West Ham, everyone were linked to the youngster at the time. He did go on and bag 6 goals and 2 assists in his last 13 games last term, having gone without a goal contribution in his first 14 appearances. He is 6'3" and he's got the potential to be a kind of all-star player. He's proven himself at youth level. He's got a decent season under his belt in the Swiss Super League. So maybe a switch to the Premier League might be an option. But is this what we want? Yes, he's on the right side of the age bracket we're looking for. But would West Ham be offering him regular game time? What would the signing like him be? Is that one for the future? Is that one for now? Look at Elias Germid. What does that mean for West Ham? And bringing a player into the club of the lack of experience in the age that he is. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts on Bojang being linked to West Ham. Put it in the comments. And when I now get started on the next story, and that is that West Ham have been linked to Bilal El Khannouss from Leicester City, but he has now apparently, according to sources, made a decision, and the decision is that he is likely to choose Crystal Palace. Now, the Morocco international was being linked to several clubs in the Premier League since he dropped into the Championship with Leicester City last season, and so far, under 2 Championship appearances this term, he has already provided 2 assists. Now, several reports coming out of the mainstream media are saying that he's eager to join Crystal Palace, and he's keen to join Oliver Glasner, who's done really well over the last season, winning 2 major trophies, and the Moroccan has apparently got his representatives already in conversations with Crystal Palace, so maybe that's another one that bites the dust. This player is a potential good future star who's got Premier League experience, is currently playing his trade in the Championship, and probably going to be turning it up there as well. But he's expected to be coming in to Crystal Palace, especially if Eberechi Eze is going to be heading out the door to, let's not talk about who he is talking about. So Another one bites the dust. Another player West Ham have been linked to. What does that mean for West Ham moving forward? I am not too sure, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't turn up at West Ham. The last story, we spoke about it yesterday. Russ spoke about Jose Mourinho coming into Edson Alvarez, as West Ham apparently now are... I've made our decision. We've made our decision, and our decision is that he's no longer in West Ham's plans, and we've decided that he will not be part of the team for the 25-26 season. And it's come at a time when Alvarez is going to have quite a few options available to him, because big clubs in Europe are showing interest in him. And even recent reports have suggested that Monaco and even his former club Ajax are paying a keen interest in trying to bring him back to the club. And supposedly in the forefront race to bring him in. But we do know 𝗠𝗢𝗥𝗡𝗚, under the guidance of Jose Mourinho, is keen to add someone like Alvarez into the club. Now, he is 27 years old, and I think it's going to be a matter of time. But what West Ham need to do is try and recoup some of the money that we did pay for Alvarez, the Mexican international, to come in. Now, the one thing we can say about Alvarez is we do know he doesn't have the pace is what West Ham are desperately looking for. Would he be your first choice to sell? No, but he's a big asset and he can bring in enough money that West Ham can start going and spending some money again. He wasn't included anywhere near the squad. He was obviously on the bench against Sunderland, but is he going to be a big loss for West Ham? He was brought in as Declan Rice's replacement. It never really worked out that same way, but it will be interesting. The one thing he does have is the ability to play across the midfield and the back line as a central defender. So, we do know on a day he is a good player, and I'm open to this sale if we get value for the money. So, we've spent a bit of money on him, and I want us to at least recoup exactly the same as what we got. I don't think we will, but hey-ho, it will be interesting to see if we can or cannot recoup any of that money, as we've mentioned. So there's some of your stories. Join me later on for another West Ham Daily. You've seen my piece yesterday about that interview with Karen Brady. Disgrace, but go and check out the video. Go and check out Russ on Sky Sports News as part of Analysis as well. Great to be involved with them again. So yeah, leave a comment, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, take it easy, and come on you Irons.